And when I say poetry, you're probably wondering, what's that? Is it extinct? No. There are people that are still keeping it alive and well. This poem that I randomly came across while scrolling on the internet, it's brought to you by a Naomi. She's a nice lady, though I haven't met her yet, but through the poem I feel like I kind of know her. She's still keeping poetry quite alive. I feel like she's probably a little bit shy because she has other people reading for her, but they're doing a good job of just keeping it alive and well.
Falling from the sky above, white like the blank papers on my lap. The snowflakes emerge with the strength of a dove, flying quietly and mightily, with no time for a nap. Beneath the fury of the army of flurries, the river is quiet and steady. It knows the secrets of the snow's countless stories, of the travelers who dream of the day they will be ready. The wise traveler who walks in the snow knows that it is best to walk with a smile, for the snow fills itself with a glow into the hearts of the happy traveler who travels further than a mile. No better way for the regular commuter to love the beauty of the icy sheets that fill up the river like a powerful computer in a winter world of wet, snowy streets. Inside the frosty river, some trees stand tall and empty, with nothing but bare branches. How wonderful, then, for the snowflake assembly to light up the trees like a sheriff's collection of shimmering badges. Some pieces of wood float by like they are sailing on a boat that is destined to land on the nearby shore. Perhaps it is the boat's time to stay afloat, as I have seen many times before.
I have the pleasure of interviewing with Miss Ashlika here. It seems that for some reason this poem resonates with her, and
Yes,
she's going to let
definitely.
us know why.
Well, I grew up in Montreal, and it was very cold over there. Lots of snow every winter, and winter lasted way too long, but it was one of my favorite parts of childhood. I love the snow, and I love being just surrounded by it and feeling like I could just get lost in the snow and I forgot where it was. Yeah.
Wow. I can't say I've ever heard a person of color talk about snow with such passion, honestly. Okay, so I've noticed, obviously you got very acquainted with this poem, so do certain things kind of stick out to you, or for example, there's a mention of blank papers on your lap. Is that literal for you?
Yes, it definitely is literal for me. I am a songwriter, and so I am constantly writing, constantly throwing pages away and saying, no, this isn't working, I need to write better things. And it's funny because I would literally see white everywhere. Outside I see snow, I'm in here and I see white papers everywhere. Definitely resonates with me.
So do you almost feel like you could have sang this poem? Ideally?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, you would have been in your element there. Okay. I noticed that there's a lot of comparisons that seem kind of like almost like an oxymoron, like you're kind of the writer's putting like life into the snow, or the snow is almost like a person. Yeah. So do you feel that way?
I mean, I definitely grew up making snowmen everywhere in my backyard. And, if I was bored, I would talk to the snowman, but don't tell anybody or I'll seem crazy.
Oh, nice.
But yeah.
Did the snowman talk back?
I mean, there would be a problem if they did, so I'll say no.
Copy that. Okay. A line that kind of stuck out to me was strength of a dove. I never really associated doves with being strong. So, I mean, in every little snowflake, one snowflake on its own is obviously not powerful, but I guess collectively.
Yes, definitely. Collectively, they're stronger. I feel like also dove is known as a sign of peace. And I find that a lot of people don't normally associate peace with strength.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it definitely takes strength to find peace in this crazy world.
Mm-hmm. To say the least, right?
Yeah.
There's also a part here that talks about the river is quiet beneath the snow. So, is that a way of saying like what I got from it was like nothing is really ever as it seems, and it's almost like you have to look further.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Well, when it comes to like you writing your songs and stuff, do you write poems or a form of poems before, or do you kind of just...
I mean, I find songwriting to be poetry as well.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely will try and find a theme for whatever song I'm writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes I will write a poem. Sometimes I'll just think of multiple things surrounding that theme before I can actually start sitting down and like structuring what I'm gonna write out.
Properly,
Yeah.
okay. It says here, no better way for the regular commuter to love the beauty of the icy sheets. And you mention a powerful computer. Once again, it just, I mean, the writer, you know what I mean? Like, where do you think their mind was with this? Like, to fill up the river like a powerful computer.
That is a good question.
Right? Like a lot of it turns, it's almost like we're talking about a human here, it almost feels like, right?
Yeah.
Here we're talking about pieces of wood destined to land. There's just a certain part of it that doesn't feel like the typical Frosty the Snowman,
right.
You know, generic. And as you know, the winter season is upon us, so this is specifically why I picked this poem, and to have you come in and kind of elaborate more on it.
Yeah, definitely. I find that there's a lot of mention of the traveler,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like that. I feel like the thought of somebody traveling through the snow or traveling through wintertime isn't something that's seen as pleasurable, but yet there's so much mention of smiling and positivity in this poem.
Mm-hmm.
And I just find that a lot of people might see winter as something that isn't always pleasant with the snow and the cold and all of that, but like braving it through with a smile and positivity and strength is something that's really beautiful.
Well, just based on what you said, what I get from that is just like life kind of just has different seasons, like
Exactly.
metaphorically, right? Like, I mean, obviously being out here, we don't experience too much snow.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to think the person that wrote this is not from here. Right? So yeah, life has a way of bringing winter upon us, even though it might physically be summer. So it's kind of how you view it and outlook it, right? So you mentioned that you sang. Obviously today we're talking about poems, but I might have to bring you back on another day
Definitely.
and have you prep something for us. And that's a wrap on the Floetry Show with Miss Ashlika here. Like I said, she'll be leaving her details with us, so if you guys want to hear her sing or hear any more of her reading of poetry, you can feel free to follow her. Thank you for listening.